Hello children, I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing fine. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to continue with the active and passive voice chapter from your Mastering Grammar book. In our previous video lesson, I had told you what is active voice and what is passive voice. I had also given you some examples and we were learning how to change from active voice to passive voice. In our previous video lesson, we have already finished this exercises A, B, C and D, and now in this chapter we are going to learn about the different kind of form, like if there is this certain tense which is there in the active voice, we have to follow certain rules to change it into passive voice. So children, let's continue with that only. You will find this part on page number 118. Now children, we have already discussed about simple present. Now we are going to discuss about the present continuous. You already know the structure of the present continuous tense from your present tense chapter. Now obviously the structure is like there will be subject in assertive sentences, subject plus is, are, am, was, were, like this three present form is are, am, and then you have this ing verb that means the root verb plus the ing verb. Now if the active voice is in what is in present continuous, like children are reading books in the library. Obviously children, the doer is the subject. Children is the this children are the doer here. Now children are reading, so obviously you can definitely identify are plus verb ing form. Now books are being read by children in the library. Now children, how are you going to change it into passive voice? I told you that the object will become subject. So our object here was the books, right? Books, now books, because it is plural, books are being read by children in the library. Yes. So now this ing, when you see ing, okay, we are definitely going to use the third form of the verb read. We are not doing it as reading. Okay, just we are using this word being between are and the third form of the verb. Now, what if it's a question in present continuous form, like why is she plucking flowers? Why are flowers being plucked by her? Okay. Now see, you do not change the pattern, you do not change the kind of sentence, you just change it into passive. Okay. Now, are you reading a novel? Yes. The person, the doer who is reading is in the subject, so it is an active. Now is a novel, this novel was the object, now it will become the subject and being will be there because we can see the form is in present continuous. Now active voice is are, am plus ing form of the verb. Now passive voice, in passive voice how does it change? Is, are, am, being plus past participle of the verb. So if in active voice, okay, if in active voice we have this present continuous like is, are, am, is for singular and are for plural, am for I, and then ing form of the verb will be there. Okay, so this is what present continuous, children, if the tense is present continuous. Okay, now how do we change it in passive? In passive voice it will become what? Is, are, am will be there according to the subject. If subject is singular, you have to use is. Now here we see, children, the object will come like in the beginning, right? So obviously then being word will be inserted. We will place it here and then we are going to use the third form of the verb, that is past participle of the verb. Past participle. Okay, so this is the rule for this one. Now let's see, we have an exercise that follows. Change the following sentences from the active to passive voice. The company is launching a new project. So you see this active voice, who is launching? The company only. So this is active. Now how are we going to change it? Let's write it down. So you have this exercise F. Number 1. A new project, which is the object here, a new project See, I told you we have to use is because see it is singular. New project is being launched by the company. Yes. Now number 2. Are you preparing vegetable soup for dinner? Okay. So it has to remain in question, and we will use is because our object is singular. Vegetable soup. Vegetable soup is singular. So is vegetable soup being, and in question we use the auxiliary verb first. See here. Is vegetable soup being prepared by you? And then question mark. Now number 3. Why is she hitting the dog? Okay. Now, why is the dog being hit? Hit did not change in past participle form. Why is the dog being hit by her? She changes into her. Okay. The subject she changes into object her. Now the principal is explaining the new rules to the students. Okay. So the new rules. So rules are plural. Rules are being, and then the third form of the verb explained. The new rules are being explained by the principal. Yes, number 5 now. She is checking the papers. The papers are plural, are being checked by her. She becomes her. Checked, the third form of the verb, by her. Yes, children, so we have finished this exercise F. Please note it down. Now in our next part, we have present perfect. Now, see children, I told you, I hope you can identify the different tense by now. Yes? See here, now when you have this structure like have or has plus the third form of the verb, that means the past participle form of the verb. So you know that the tense will be what? The tense will be present perfect. Okay? Now with this, see here, he has written many novels in the past. Many novels. Now children, when you had ing, you use being in between, right? When you don't have ing, but you have this have or has and then the third form of the verb, that means when the tense of the active voice is what? Is present perfect. Then what do? You insert been in the middle of between this have or has, or like have or has and what? And the third form of the verb. So what did I say? Let me explain that to you. Now what did I say? If the tense is present perfect. Okay, what did I say here? In active voice you will see has or have is used. Has for singular, have for plural. Plus the third form of the verb, which is the past participle form. Okay, if you see like this, then in the passive voice, if the active voice structure is like this, then you are going to use has or have according to the subject. If the subject is singular, has. If the subject is plural, have. Then you have to insert been between it. Okay, between this past participle form and have or has. Okay, children, so this will be your change that you are going to do. So it is an easy change. Object becomes the subject and then you just do what? You just add been or insert been between have, has and past participle. Now see here, we have examples. Now, who has broken the glass? This question, when have and has is there plus the third form of the verb is there, that means it's in present perfect. So how do we change it? By whom? Now, because I'm asking about a single person who has broken it, that's why it has to be singular. By whom has the glass been broken? Okay. Now, let's see. We have this exercise G. Change the following sentences from active to passive voice. Let's quickly do it. Now this exercise G is here. Change the following sentence from active to passive. Number 1. The car has hit an old man. That car. So, an old man has and then been hit by that car. Yes, by that car. Number 2. The principal has appointed him the head boy. Now he has been because he is singular, he has been appointed the head boy by the principal. Yes. Number 3. Has he told you the real story? Okay. Has the real story been told to you by him? Yes, question mark. Number 4. The gardener has pruned the bushes. Okay. The bushes has been pruned by the gardener. Yes, and number 5 now. Who scattered the garbage here? By whom has the garbage been scattered? Yes, children? So, you may find difficulties especially when you are changing the question in active voice into passive voice, children, but you will get better when you practice. Okay, so do not worry about that. Now let's move ahead with simple past. The pilot flew the aircraft at a great height. Now you see, children, when there is the simple past, we know that the sentence is very clear and the verb is in simple past. That means it will be the second form of the verb. Now for this, children, what do? We change the past tense, means we add this was or were before the past tense. Like means before this the third form of the verb. Now you see here, the aircraft was flown by the pilot at a great height. Did he post the letter? Was the letter posted by him? So was and where will be used according to the subject. So if the subject is singular, then we do what? Then we use was, and if the verb is plural, we use were. Okay. Now, who created confusion in the class? By whom was confusion created in the class? Okay. Now we have this exercise. Let's do that. I hope you have finished this. Exercise H, number 1. The event dash by a popular brand of fast food. So the event Children, you have to use the passive form. Remember, okay? So the event, we have to see event is singular. That's why we are going to use was. And which is the verb that we need to use? Sponsor. So the third form of the verb sponsor is sponsored. So the event was sponsored. Yes. Number 2 now. She dashed to clean the house properly. Okay. Now she is singular again. So we are going to use was. And for tell, we have the third form told. So she was told. Yes, children? She was told. Number 3 now. A classical song dashed by the singer. Again, a classical song is what, children? It is in singular. So we have to use was. A classical song was presented. The third form of the verb present is presented here. Number 4. The formula dashed by the teacher. The formula is singular. The formula was taught. Teach in the third form becomes taught. The formula was taught by the teacher. Number 5 now. And the players dashed by the minister in a public function. The players is plural. That's why we are going to use, yes, we are going to use were. So the players were honored by. Yes. So this is exercise H, which was on page number 119 and 120. Now HI, okay? We have this exercise. Change these sentences from active to passive. The artist showcased the paintings at the art gallery. Okay? So, the paintings is plural, so were showcased by the artists at the art gallery. Full stop. And then number 2 now. The policeman questioned the suspicious looking man. So the suspicious looking man, this is our subject. The object will become the subject. The suspicious looking man. So this is singular, children. One man only we are talking about. So man was questioned by the policeman. Yes, number 3. Who declared the result of the competition? By whom was the result of the competition declared? Question mark. Number 4. Did he take your permission before he left? Okay. So, was your permission taken? Was permission taken by him before he left? Number 5. My brother gave me an iPod for a day. So an iPod was given to me by my brother for our day. Yes, children. So we are done with this exercise as well, and this ends our video lesson for today. I hope you understood whatever taught in this video lesson. Please go through whatever I'm teaching you in this chapter, because it will help you solve exercises that comes later on. Okay, children, so we are done for today. We will meet again in our next video lesson. Till then, please take care of yourself and your family. Bye bye.